Apparently, Timbaland's Beatclub is evil, allegedly. And not like the cute Disney villain evil, like Frieza evil. Like, you don't work for pay, you work to live. And you might do your job perfectly, but I still may randomly kill you anyways. And I know, it sounds like an exaggeration, and I swear to God I thought so too when someone let me know about it in the comment section of the Cymatics video. But then he agreed to send me more information. And brothers, it looks bad. It looks real bad. First of all, remember CLA Wu? A couple of years ago, he was doing God's work, cutting up streams of popular producers and posting them. He was a plug channel, which is a super common thing amongst the streaming community. It's actually what helps streamers grow, and pay attention to that last part because it'll be important later. Anyways, long story less long, Beatclub found him because he was posting cut-ups of them too. They pretended to fuck with what he was doing, got him to do hundreds of hours of work without paying him, which caused him to work himself into literally being sick. Then they threatened to sue him, made him delete his channel, promised to pay him after he did, and then ghosted him when he asked for the money.
Oh, and Namor, I'm afraid with the Ginyu Force coming, you will no longer be needed, ever.
I know, crazy, right? This can't be true, right? Bro, look.
If you're in the producer community, you've seen a CLA Woo video. You know, Kenny Beats gave him the CLA Woo tag.
CLA Woo!
Cut up Kenny Beats and he started doing Timbaland stuff. Beatclub reached out and wanting to have a meeting with me. This is when I took a break from YouTube to focus on my health because I thought I had some type of thyroid issue. I sat down with the marketing and content guy. For now, we'll call him George. I got sent 2 projects to edit this time, and George told me I could start editing if I want to, and they would also put together a contract the day I began editing. That's a red flag. So I started to edit the video with the GOAT, Timbaland himself, and I waited and waited. More long meetings and still no contract. We did some more meetings, and then George suggested that we do like an Upwork or Fiverr thing where they put out a job position and that's how they pay me instead. I became skeptical. Yeah, so you know that Fiverr is some mids, okay? And CLA Woo is not some mids. I would feel a type of way if a professional company that's fashioning themselves as the premier solution, right? This company is gonna charge you $250 to play your music on Timbaland's live stream.
Oh,
you know?
It's a thing?
Bruh. Yeah. Bruh. The sign-up fee is $250, bro.
I didn't know this.
So in another quick meeting, he also mentioned that Beatclub was interested in buying my channel and doing their thing there. Since I had taken a break from YouTube, he also mentioned the monthly income from doing the job and the price of the channel. I did not like his offer. I wrote to George that the offer was not what I was expecting for all the work that I was going to do, but he suggested if I'm not going to go back to YouTube, that this was a win-win for me.
I want people to understand they're trying to make him perceive himself at a lesser value at this point by saying it's a win-win.
So a couple days of this, and I said, fuck it, and edited the rest of the video since I had already put several hours of editing, and I thought I should be kind enough to finish what I started. And generally, it was a really good interview, and I thought the world should see it. Since I also knew it would come up on the Beatclub/Timbaland page, I wanted it to be top-notch and very engaging. I sat there editing the video for the rest of the week, full time, 8 hours a day, each day. I sent the editing to George and he thought that it was awesome and very engaging. He said that he would pay me for this, of course. He also said that he would like for me to do more edits like this. And I said, I need a break health-wise. Because remember, CLA Woo, he's got the thing that he's trying to figure out.
I'll read it as George. It says, yo man, good to see you back on YouTube. What message is that? How many people even message us about coming back to YouTube after we take a break? Not many.
The only people who do that are true believers, your best fans. 2 weeks pass by and I start uploading to YouTube again. This is where it gets good, guys. I get a text randomly from George saying he is happy to see me on YouTube and that I should send an invoice for the Timbo edit. George also said going forward, I should private all my Beatclub VIP content because bro didn't want to sell them his channel. Now all of a sudden it's like, you might want to private those because you might have a problem with copyright. Now at this time, I'm interpreting this as a threat. Somebody jumped in George's ass at Beatclub and they were like, hey, you completely dropped the ball on that CLA Woo thing. So you go ahead and fucking fix that. I sent a text the next day and I messaged him that I have sent the invoice for the Tim edit. I got no answer. Still to this day, the invoice that George requested was not paid.
What does it say, y'all? It says, so I can pay you.
Even my parents were asking me about Timbaland and if I had got paid yet, or if the video had came out. Imagine that. Some nice 50-year-old Swedish couple asking about Timbaland. What's going on? Yesterday, he received 5 copyright warnings and a 90-day suspension on his channel after he complied with their request, just because George is so shitty at his job he could not buy a YouTube channel from CLA Wu.
Now you might be thinking, okay, that's pretty bad, but that's just a one-off thing. This doesn't make them as bad as, bro, they did it again. These boys ended up on Yahoo News getting exposed for stealing $2 million from their own company in literally the sickest way possible. Peep this. They had an employee named Daniel. They hired Daniel on the premise of full-time work as head of business development. The issue is, in the rare instance that he actually got paid for the hard work that he was doing, they were paying him like a contractor, which is a huge violation of California labor laws. So naturally, bro was getting ready to dip, just like I would in this situation. But then they hit this man with the good old okie doke. They told him they would give him 350 racks a year plus 100,000 shares of the company stock, only to still not pay him for 2 more years, bro.
You missed a spot.
Lord Frieza, the
But if you can fucking believe it, it gets worse, gang. Do you want to know what job they gave Daniel after tricking him into staying at Beatclub? They made this man raise $8 million because these dudes were literally tanking the company. And then instead of paying Daniel and the other employees they owed, they allegedly pocketed $2 million. Like, bro, imagine niggas not paying you for your work, then tricking you into staying with the promise of recouped and increased pay, getting tasked with raising the money that they'll pay you with, still not getting paid, and then finding out that your bosses, the niggas that lied to you and tasked you, ran off with 2 mil. I'd be sick, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how Daniel didn't run off with some of the bread just to call it even. Dog is really better than me. And this is what brings me to the craziest part of all of this. Beatclub and Timbaland are literally capitalizing off of screwing people, particularly music producers. So we're back on CLA Wu now, and that's fitting because you know the most wild part of them doing him so dirty? Timbaland would have never got the Amiri placement with Cole without Wu.
Okay.
CLA Wu says, I was also the reason Timbaland even got a placement on J. Cole's The Off-Season album with the Amari beat. Dude, when I read that, I was like, dog, stop it. Stop it, CLA Wu. You and your feelings. But he continues. If I had never uploaded and edited the video of Timbaland speaking about the money in the music industry and of him playing that beat, J. Cole wouldn't have seen it. J. Cole found that beat on one of the videos since he was afraid that Timbaland wouldn't send the beat to him. I have not seen anybody reach out to me regarding the Amari beat or even saying thank you. And this just makes me want to quit the channel and the music industry since it's just not truthful at all. And I thought that maybe Timbaland and his team at Beatclub were professional. I thought that the team behind the greatest producer of our time was better than that.
Which is what I was saying. They treated this guy who basically brought plug channel culture over from streamers to the producer community, which is supposed to help producers grow. It literally helped Timbaland get a placement with one of the greatest artists of our generation, and they couldn't even do right by this man. Yeah, it looks bad. Personally, my disappointment is at an all-time high, if even a little bit of this is true. And with the pattern of movement from all parties involved, let's just say it looks bad for Beatclub. I'm not sure how it's gonna turn out, but hopefully this all ends up with everyone in the producer community and adjacent to the producer community just getting back to the music, because that's all I really want to see. But let me know what you think down below. Like, comment, and subscribe for more, then I'll see you in the next one. Peace.